everybody. It's Douglas Block. Here we are. First thing I have to ask you, it's time for another live chat. It is, what is the date? September 30th. Boy, September went quickly. 2018. Wow, where'd the first 9 months go? Anyway, I want to tell you, I want to know how the sound is after spending all week long getting a microphone clip from my microphone, which is somewhere here. Anyway, the microphone doesn't work, so now I'm using the microphone from the computer. The sound is not going to be as good when you're listening to this on the playback. I apologize. It'll be a little bit tinny, but at least you can hear me, right, guys? Susan Jones, Lazy Eye Ranch. It's been a couple of weeks. Well, it's been 2 weeks. Sound is good. All right. Well, I have been, the last 2 months, I have been going back and forth to doctors because of this cellulitis. I did a video that was very, very popular called I now have a problem more serious than depression, and it's true. It's called cellulitis and lymphedema. So those of you who've seen that video, I appreciate all the support you've given me. In the meantime, someone named David, who gave a very generous contribution 2 weeks ago, God bless him. By the way, we do have the super chat button down over here for those of you who want to continue supporting this channel. He sent me this joke, which I didn't even get at first. A man goes into a doctor, right? Complains of problems with his hearings. The doctor says, "What are the symptoms?" He says, "They're a yellow cartoon character on television." He's hard of hearing. What are the symptoms? They're yellow cartoon characters on television. Does anybody get it? Hi from London. You're an inspiration to a true survivor. Thank you. I'm on antidepressants, going back. Work, staying at home makes me ruminate. You're right. You need to get out there and get occupied. Anyway, thank you, David. I just told your joke. I don't think I told it right. Maybe you should type it out. Did anybody get the joke? I'll say it one more time. A man goes into the doctor, says, "I have some problems with my hearing." The doctor says, "What are the symptoms?" And he says, "Oh, they're a cartoon show that's on television." Okay, I told it the third time. "Hey, you love your own jokes." David, did I tell it okay? I was doing it from memory. Brenda, thank you. Very Hopeless says, "Verge of homeless and challenged to get food from friends every day." Wow, I'm really sorry to hear that. What country are you in, my friend? We do have in America, at least in Oregon, we do have something called food stamps and also free food for people from a very, very wonderful organization whose name I can't remember. Come on, Joan? Oh, Joan's in the shower. They're not called a food fund. That's a co-op. Anyway, they're a place that gives away free food to people who are hungry. It's an amazing organization, and I'll have to remember it. I need a huge timeout. Well, your mom, we all need timeout, don't we? Peacemaker, you've helped me a lot in my recovery. I quit my job over depression. Wow, I told it well. Haha. Well, hey, Emmett Gould. Sister, my mom, and I are all here watching. Well, ask questions ahead. By the way, David was the person that gave a very generous contribution, super chat last week, and he also asked for this. So this has been very popular with my viewers. This is 20 years in the trenches. Healing from depression, self-care activities to improve your mood. I have found 45 different ways to essentially change your brain chemistry for the better, and they're on this chart. And on the back of the chart are some more wonderful activities a graphic artist and I put together. I will send you this for free if you simply email me, douglasblog@gmail.com. And I think I printed something out here. Here we are. Here's my email list, douglasblog@gmail.com. Send me an email with your thoughts and comments, and I'll send you a free copy of that chart. Anybody who gives more than $5 as a super chat today, I will give you a free copy ebook of what I consider my masterpiece. Right here. When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, a memoir I wrote in 1997 after I went through the greatest depressive episode of my life. So, $5 super chat donation, you get this, and anybody who wants the chart, you get it for free. All right, more jokes. So what do you guys think in the Northern Hemisphere? We're in the fall season. What do you think of summer going to autumn? It's really, really been challenging for me. Oh my God. I've gone through a dip, I must say, and I'm hoping that you guys can cheer me up. So, health before wealth. Yes, Peacemaker, very good. London, Ruth McGowan, nice to hear you at all. Any advice on depersonalization? Yeah, watch some videos from my friend Noah Thomas. Big no-no. I've never been through, unfortunately. Random person. Well, random person says he's been diagnosed with GAD and on medications. By the way, I do think that there's a time and a place for Klonopin and Xanax. If you're out of control and you're panicking, you can't stop. Those medications can be helpful. All right, you love the fall, Alex. Well, that makes one of us. Marin, I've been trying so hard not to get too depressed. It's such hard work. Yes, you know, people who are depressed are heroes. They're not weak. They don't have any flaws in their character. They're heroes because Christopher Reeve, who played Superman after his accident, said, a hero is somebody who continues to fight on in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Every single person listening to this live chat is a hero by that definition, because look at how hard it is to maintain our mental health. And people who don't have mental illness or don't have depression don't get it. They wonder, why can't you work 95? Why can't you make $500,000 a year? Why can't you be more like your brother? Why can't you be more like your sister? Because we have a disability that's invisible, and that's why people don't take it seriously. Okay. Hey, Scott Bauer, look at all these people coming out of the woodwork. Fall is so sad for me always. Yeah, the end of summer. But yes, Marin, keep it up. Keep fighting. Razum, wow, there you are from Estonia. Look at all the old folks who are coming back. I'm tired of being a hero. Well, it does wear you down, doesn't it? That's where we need other people. We cannot do this alone. We have to find people to join with. This is why my support groups continue to be so popular, because people heal better in community. So if you don't have a support group where you live, call the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They have groups in every city in America, in most cities. Or, you know, go to a meetup group or something. Just tuned in. How's your health, Doug? Better. I go to 2 more doctors tomorrow. It's what my parents used to say when they were retired. We spent all our time going to doctors. I never knew what that meant, because I was healthy as a horse. I guess I still am, except for this one infection. Have I tried Zoloft? Yes, it didn't work. SRI's antidepressants, Prozac, Zoloft, Lexapro, Celexa do not work for me. They actually make me crazy, so no. But one man's meat's another man's poison. You've helped me a lot, David Boyer. Thank you. I'm more than happy. This is what this ministry is about. This is about sharing what I've gone through, my suffering, so you don't have to suffer as much. Laura, UK. My boyfriend is in a 2-month depression, but getting to the point of giving up on us because his feelings are numb and worrying about me. I told him to hang on, but scared he won't. What else can I do? Get him some treatment. Get him some treatment. Get him to see a good psychologist, a prescriber. Get him to a group. Tell him things can be. Look, if you send me your email address, if you email me, I will send you a video, one of my most popular videos called You Can Be Restored, and you can send this to your boyfriend. DouglasBlog@gmail.com. Why? IJE24. Hey, Jacob from the UK. A lot of UK people are in here too. Patty Brady. Wow, getting over a knee injury. Heart of my mental health. Absolutely. I'm going to my chiropractor because my knee gave out this weekend. Boy, physical health problems make your mental health worse. And Patty Brady is from Ireland. The carb candidate. I wouldn't really recommend Zoloft if you have depersonalization. I have DP and took it. Made me more blunted. See, but everybody's different. Zoloft might help some people. Again, I'm not an expert on depersonalization. Go to Noah Thomas's website, a YouTube channel. I've ever been to London, Doug. In 1982, I lived there for 3 months, and I spent the rest of the year at Findhorn, Scotland, a spiritual community no one's probably heard about anymore. Yes, I love London. I'd like to go back there. I wake up every night about 3 a.m. with a jolt and can't go back to sleep. Isn't that horrible? Yes, what I do is I take some amitriptyline, in some cases Ambien if nothing else works. Jerome Costwinder, I'm almost over my depression, working half a day now. Take it slow. Good work. Peacemaker. Thank you. I realized I was going through a depression after I quit my job, but now I miss it. Don't know what to do with my life. Waking up asking myself, why did I quit? Well, try to either do some volunteer work. You've got to get occupied. You have to do something. Too much of nothing makes a fellow mean, said Bob Dylan. So if you can't get back to your job, do a volunteer job or try to get back there. Wow, people are asking questions so quickly I can't even keep track of them. Get him on here, Laura. Show him that he isn't alone. That's a very good point. Your boyfriend is not alone. Are you kidding me? 1 out of 8 people in America has depression. It's a worldwide phenomenon. By 2020, it'll be the #1 cause of disability. All right. Brendan McPhail, check with you all later. Phone is about to die. I hope to feel better this week. I don't want to give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Right here. I'm putting this in all caps. Please do not give Up. What's the opposite of do not give up? Hold on. The cavalry is coming. Time is coming. Healing is coming. Really, seriously. Hey, Leanne, I love you, Leanne. Oh, it's so good to see you again. Are you, by the way, down south like Danielle, or are you somewhere else? He's resisting treatment plus isolating. I'm the only caregiver. He won't tell family or friends. Watched your caregiver bit to keep me going. Thank you, Douglas. I have email. God bless. Yes, I will send him some videos. But you know, when people isolate, see, the first step in healing from depression is setting the intention to heal. You have to reach out and want to get better. Otherwise, it's really, really hard to improve. By the way, just to mention, this book has now been going on. It's in its 18th year anniversary, Healing from Depression. This is where I lay out my entire 12-week recovery program. I'm going to be sending a copy to David. And you see here, you can't really see this, but here's my 3 pillars of depression recovery. Set the intention to heal, reach out for support, and treat your symptoms using a combination of mutually supportive therapies, just like these. So you got to decide to get well, and you got to ask for help. Buffalo, New York. That's right. That's right. Go Bills. Of course you're from Buffalo. How could I have forgotten? Brenda, you're more than welcome. How do we get money for the ebook? How much? $5? Yeah. Of course. Google's going to take out 33%, but yeah, I mean, we can make it 6. Just click on that super chat button, and yeah, I'll definitely send you the ebook. No problem whatsoever. Lazy Irons have been taking Zol for 2 months now, not helping after the horrible symbolic experience. Afraid to do anything else. Our doctors don't do ECT. Why not? ECT basically saved my life. I know it's controversial, but you should try it if nothing else works. Bill's fan here too. I have season tickets. Yeah, Emmett's from Utica, and Leanne is from Buffalo. You guys are not that far away. You should check in with each other. Exchange emails. It's all about creating community. It's all about connecting. It's all about helping each other get better, because we cannot do this in isolation. No way. Roger Hand says, thanks for all you do. David, hold on. I replied to your email, but you sent it from Joan's account. What did I send from Joan's account? Oh, yeah, when I'm on the iPad, I'm on Joan's account. Guess what? I'm getting my own iPad tomorrow. My wife lets me use it, but now I'm getting my own one. Anyway, David, you need this chart? Let me know. Send any requests to Douglas Block at gmail.com. I hope I spelled my name right. I did. Okay, what if isolation is the only way to keep sane? Well, maybe everybody's different. Maybe if it's, well, look, if you're an introvert, you need time alone. You need time by yourself to recharge. I agree. But too much of that is not good for you, because we are social beings, most of us. We are social animals. Shouldn't employers know if an employee is going through a depression? Well, it depends on the employer. Some employers are compassionate, but some are not. You got to be really careful if you let people know at work you're going through a mood disorder, because not everybody understands. If your boss has a sister, or brother, or family member who's depressed, they'll understand. If not, it's difficult. Douglas Fox at PayPal, they take out far less than 30%. That's very good. Yes, thank you. Emmett, Susan, you're a savior. If you want to send me something through PayPal, douglasblock@gmail.com is my PayPal address, and they take out nothing. You just say send to family and friends, and they'll take out 0. But either way, a super chat is really easy, because you can do it right now, and I'm not going to complain about 30% of $5. But yes, Emmett, make a contribution. I'd be more than happy to send you that book. Leanne says isolation not good. Sending email now. Okay, great. Carpcan, have you ever dealt with anyone who had BPD? Oh yes, I've had a number of people who had borderline personality disorder, and there's one treatment that seems to be very helpful for these people, and I know because I've done the treatment. It's called DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy. It was created by Marsha Linehan, who herself suffers from BPD. It's a very, very good treatment, and everybody should try to get it if they have that diagnosis. The carb candidate, oh sorry, Zoloft not Prozac. Zoloft is hell on earth for me. I'm sorry you're having a hard time. You're not supposed to stop it. Please no. If you're on any antidepressant, especially one of those SSRIs like Effexor, or oh my God, that's really bad, or Lexapro, any of them, do not stop abruptly. Talk to your doctor. Don't do anything without talking to your doctor. Yeah, it's no fun. Yes, Leanne, you have talked about it, but you've really struggled, and you've really found some good ideas. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, but why don't you send me an email and let me know how you've coped with it. I have not done a video on borderline personality disorder, but I really need to. Can SSRIs cause fever? I've been running a low-grade fever ever since I started taking Zoloft. I feel like my brain's on fire. Well, that could be the Zoloft for sure. That's what happened to me. But a fever, I don't really think so. But sure, get a physical. Absolutely. Rule out organic causes. Okay, what's out there? I wish you had a good night's sleep. Love to all struggling people out there. Check out my Instagram. Began painting Bob Ross style. Good. Painting is a really good outlet for depression. What else do we have here? Thank you, Susan, for letting people know about the PayPal account. And I'm just going back to see if I've missed anybody. All right. Paulo Sanchez, your videos have helped me so much. I'm slowly healing from daily exercise and pack. I started 3 months ago. Thank you. You're more than welcome. And again, Emmett, if you want to give $5 over here at Super Chat, at the bottom left of your screen, go for it. Scott Bauer says, I have BPD. Personalization can be caused by borderline. You can also try schema therapy. Talking therapy that is humanistic is good too. Yeah. By the way, schema therapy is very good. Not too many people know about it, Scott. Where do you learn about it? There's a book called Recreating or Reinventing Your Life that talks about that. One of my acquaintances, Roslyn, say, will soon go under ECT. What can he expect? Well, I went through it for a whole month. You don't feel it, you go under. It takes 10 minutes. So there are going to be lots of side effects. That is individual to each person, just like antidepressants. There is some memory loss, but only for events, for me at least, at the time of the ECT treatment. But my memory before the ECT and after continues to be really good. And I've known about 11 people who've gone through ECT, and as far as I can see, long-term memory is not affected. Let me say that again, the long-term memory is not affected, but everything is risky. It's all about cost-benefit. Hey, I was about to kill myself. The risk of a little memory loss was worth staying alive. Cheers, Scott. Anyway, Rasmus, does that help? I did a video on ECT. Send me an email and I'll send it to you. I'm 25. I'm recovering depression, but I feel like I did permanent damage. I have a new job, but miss my old one. Shouldn't I wait it out and let life carry on? Absolutely. I have a video. I want you to get this video from me, or you can look it up on my channel. It's called You, except I can't really type, can I? You can be RES. You can be restored. Check out the video. Hey, it's time for some humor, huh? You got any humor? What is the difference between a tuna fish and a guitar? I don't know. What's the difference? Well, you can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. I can't believe I said that. Let me see. I got some other jokes here. Oh, yes. This is one of my favorite. You know, I've known many people who are multilingual. I'm really impressed. But what type of language does a billboard speak? Sign language. All right. And of course, I'm a math tutor. I'm actually tutoring right now. What is my favorite dessert? What's every math teacher's favorite dessert? Pie. Okay. Haha, I'm glad you like that. The bottom link keeps saying $1.99. Well, Emmett, if you're doing PayPal, then you don't do Super Chat. You just go to paypal.com and tune into your PayPal account and send it to me, douglasbog@gmail.com. Down here, it only lets you do things at 99 cents if you Super Chat. So I don't know why it says, but when you click on this little dollar bill here, this is not PayPal, it's Super Chat. It's a Google thing. If you want to essentially send money using PayPal, you simply go to your own PayPal account and send it to my email address. You like it? Okay. Hi, Kerry Erin. You finally got your this, right? Kerry, how is this doing? You like this? Anybody who emails me will get a copy of this. Okay. By the way, I missed my breakfast. I'm really hungry, but I sacrificed it for you guys. And by the way, there's still some cowboys left in Oregon, even though we're really, really quite hip here. And I like cowboys, don't get me wrong. We had a cowboy over for dinner the other day. You know what he wanted on his salad? Ranch dressing. Douglas, please, stop doing this to these people. Anything else? Oh, this is from Lazy Eye Ranch. I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. All right. That's your joke, Lazy Eye Ranch. Okay, Rasmus says, I'm actually an extrovert. However, people don't understand me, and I end up getting angry in interactions. It seems often like talking to walls. Keep saying is the only when I don't get my heart or isolate. Okay, Lazy Ranch, I've started seeing a new therapist. I don't feel any connection at all. Give it some time. He's an old white guy. Thinks Kavanaugh belongs in the Supreme Court. Little politics. Hey, if your therapist does not agree with your politics, you probably should try somebody else. No comment about the Supreme Court hearings in America. It's real. I'll say one thing: no matter which side you're on, it's a shame that the Supreme Court has been so politicized. Not when I grew up in the 1960s. People were actually chosen for the Supreme Court because they were good judges, not because they believed one way or the other. Taurus wins 37. I love astrology. Hi again from Ireland. 20 to 21 at night. Oh, you mean the temperature? All right. What else do we have to see here? Emmett, I don't know why you're having some problem with the super chat. Just click on the dollar button and put whatever you want. I think it comes from your credit card, not from your PayPal account. But so, if you want to, anybody wants to contribute using something PayPal, you simply go to paypal.com. And then you set up your own account, you link it to a checking account, and bingo, you can send or receive money anywhere in the world. You can send money and you can also receive money. Okay, send via PayPal, good. You know, if that's the case, I should get them a notification right now. Judges are supposed to be impartial. Yeah, that was the old day. Yeah, exactly. Okay, what does my email have me doing? You're sending me. There's David Holden, one of my favorites. Yes, I love your joke. IY, wow. Remember, you were a Patreon contributor. I should talk about Patreon. You've got money. Yep, Emmett, it worked. All right, thank you so much. Emmett Gould contributed $20 to me via PayPal. God bless. And he's going to get not only, of course, a free copy of this chart, assuming I still have his email, but also a free ebook of When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, which is right here. So, Emmett, I will send it to you this afternoon. Go Buffalo Bills. By the way, didn't they go to 5 Super Bowls and lose every one? I don't mean to bring up pain from the past, but I'm not a football fan anymore, but I remember I was. I think they had a really, it was heartbreaking. Have they ever won a Super Bowl? Let me know. Oliver McLeod, another person from Ireland. My God, the UK is just really pouring in. Well, I'm doing okay, IY. I've had a really bad last 2 months with my health. Go check out my video. Oh, by the way, not this Monday, but next Monday, I'm coming out with one of my most important videos. It's called 3 Ways to Combat Hopelessness, which is really a problem with many people with depression. So tune in. This is October 8th, 3 Ways to Hopelessness. Put it down on your calendar. Thank you, Emmett Gould. I hope you and your whole family are doing well. I know you mentioned your sister was going through a struggle. If she's listening, I'm going to address you directly. Hang in there. It will get better. I have been in the hospital. I have been suicidal. I've been so down long it looked like up to me, and I got better. You will get better too. It just takes time and a little bit of prayer sometimes, and just make sure you're going to see a good therapist and a good psychiatrist, and also please feel free to go to my website or my YouTube channel. I have a lot of videos that give people hope. Hang in there. Yes, well, food trash, a new person. Is normal for depression to make you feel like no one else can relate to how bad you're feeling? Of course. You feel like you're alone. You feel like nobody cares, nobody understands. That's a symptom of the illness. That's why you need to get around other people like here. Look at all the people who are there's 43 other people here watching this. Well, we lost 8 people in the last couple of minutes. I guess people don't like my jokes. But anyway, yeah, people do understand. It is now 24 minutes after the hour. Guess what I have to do after I hang up? Pay my 2017 taxes. People with depression really like to procrastinate. That's why you should all look at the video I did 2 weeks ago called How to, a Guaranteed Way to Make Yourself More Productive. Watch that video. The night before you go to bed, write down the 6 most important things to do the next day and then follow it. If I had done that, I would have had my taxes done a year ago. Keep up the good work on the jugs. Okay, some of you like them. Food trash, thank you. Keeping all you in my thoughts. It's Ford trash, not food trash. Thank you. I need glasses. Oh, I have glasses. Can I have something that's considered controversial? Sure. As long as it's yeah, I guess so. Well, if I don't like it, I'll just blank it out. So I do have control of moderating this channel, thank goodness. The news has been really triggering for me because of something that happened. Yes. Now, I do want to talk about what's going on in the hearings. As you know, this woman came forth and claimed that Judge Kavanaugh, who's been considered, engaged in sexual assault. Now, whether it's true or not, what I've noticed and what my people in mental health tell me is that the calls to the hotlines, women's hotlines, have gone up by 50%, which means a lot of people, it's bringing up all their old painful memories. So if you're one of those people, you need to go ahead and get some support in a group with your therapist, because this has been a problem since the dawn of civilization. Let's face it, right? Man's inhumanity to man, and especially what women have had to go through. It's fortunately, at least in America, it's a little better than it used to be, but it's still a major, major problem. Those of you who are from America know about the Me Too movement and what's been happening there. So if you have been triggered by the news, I suggest you not watch the news and call up your therapist or your doctor to process that, or process it with your friends. But I cannot watch the news. I am so sensitive to what's going on in pain. I just have to take care of myself. So, of course, I get the New York Times, so of course I got to know what's going on, right? Lazy Eye Ranch, you should do the 8 things. You should watch that video about the guaranteed way to become more productive. Here on, the mental health system is totally dysfunctional. We have very high suicide rates and a deep sense of hopelessness. Wow! Taurus wins. Get people to sign up for my channel. I am a man who is on a mission to give hope. Do you think I should go through this book on suicide prevention? I've been procrastinating on it for the last 2 months. Actually, I've been too busy with my physical health. But man, Ireland's a beautiful place. You've got a nice economy. You've got rolling hills. You've got a rich history of literature. Why are people feeling hopeless and suicidal in Ireland? Please let me know. Is CBT the same thing to Wait You Teach? My other sister recommended seeing a CBT therapist. I'm not quite sure what Wait You Teach is. CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. It's very good if you have negative thoughts in your mind that are driving you crazy or giving you wrong information about yourself or life. CBT is wonderful. What do I think of Winston Churchill? I love Winston Churchill. Why? Because he suffered from the black dog, depression. By the way, Emmett, thank you again for your generous contribution. I'm still waiting for somebody to give me something on Super Chat. Okay, so let's hit something wrong here. The black dog. Whoops, I hit something on my screen here that is making everything shrink and I can't type anything. What am I going to do? I'm not quite sure, but I can't seem to type anything. So at least I can. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched TV since January. Wow, that is a long time to go. I wish I knew I had depression before I quit my job. I quit because the manager didn't like me. On a personal level, I was a hard worker and was getting paid well. I emailed them, but never got a response. I'm sorry to hear that. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm trying to figure out why my screen does not allow me to do something. I went ahead and pushed a button. Does anyone know anything about technology? Winston Churchill was anti-Semitic. I did not know that. Really? That's a shame. He was a great person in other respects. Does our tolerance goes down with depression? Yeah, you're very sensitive. You can hardly deal with anything. That's true. Very, very difficult. Leanne, got to get going. Have to say the Democrats are the biggest self-righteous hypocrites. It's disgusting. Till next time. All right. There we have a political point of view right there. Kerry Erin, it is, yeah, but I haven't missed it. Yeah. Very anti-Semitic. Well, I'll have to read about his life. I have to stop watching news, says Susan. Thanks. Loading JPK. Yo, yo, yo. That I haven't heard that one. I'm still having a really difficult time figuring out how to unfreeze my screen, and I'm not quite sure what to do. And, oh well. At least I can see some of your comments. Anyway, can you hear me okay still? But everything got really smaller, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I want to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge, but I'm afraid of heights. That was my line. Call a suicide helpline, Tony. Go see a therapist. There are alternatives to suicide. You can find ways out. 1-800-SUICIDE. I can't go ahead and type anything in here, but that's the number you want to call if you're really feeling like your wit's end. Yeah, I don't know what I did with the screen, but I can't seem to type on it. So I feel since my therapist thinks Dr. Fuller is lying, I certainly want to share any of the details of my past. My ex was very abusive. Yeah, well, again, you need a new therapist if that person doesn't believe women. Sir, are you going to make a video on how to get over rejection in a relationship? I've been asked about that forever. I guess we have to do something on that, don't we? All the mentions of the UK and Ireland. I'm in Manchester, England. As they say, Manchester. You're all right, our kid, whatever that means. Yes, I love the UK. I've been there once. I must say, not enough times, but I certainly have 1 or 2 people in my support groups. One from the UK, one from New Zealand, and I coach someone in Australia. So you guys rock. 59 people, 31 minutes and 17 seconds, and I still can't write anything in here. I don't know what has happened to my screen. I wish I could call up Apple support, but that would ruin everything here. So I'm sorry, different accent. I'm sorry if I missed some of your comments. I can't scroll up and down the screen. Susan Jones, do you think online therapy is effective? Yes, there's something called a better mood or better something. Yes, online therapy can be very effective. What do you think about people getting locked not to commit suicide, even though we don't want to lose lives? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but if the person's in danger of harming themselves, I think they should be involuntarily put in the hospital because they don't know what they're doing. When people get suicide, well, they're not thinking clearly. Oliver Cloud, the more you try to get out of something, the more stuck you feel. The mind is like quicksand. You have to surrender sometimes. Very wise, Oliver Cloud. I have a chapter in my book and a video called Bearing the Unbearable Pain, where sometimes you have to just let the pain wash over you like a wave. And that's what you have to do. So thank you for that point of view. It means, hi, how are you? Or JK, okay. Oliver Cloud, yes. Thank you again. Again, I'm sorry about the screen being locked here. I can't scroll back and see what I've missed in terms of the comments. But again, keep commenting anyway. Again, if you want a copy of that video, if you want a copy of this wonderful chart, Boost Your Psychological Immune System, all you have to do is email me, douglasblock@gmail.com. Again, I really apologize for not being able to go back and look at your earlier comments. The screen on my Macintosh. Hey, any of you guys who are MacBook technicians, if you know how to unfreeze a screen, let me know, okay? I'd really appreciate it. The carb candidate. No worries, man. I know how bad borderline DPR, says Scott Bauer. Understanding them and get there are things to learn. Try to keep hope alive. I agree. Rasmus, it didn't help when they locked me up. Now I can't legally own a gun for the next 5 years. Not the weapon I would use. I have a ranch, need a gun for protection. I'm sorry about that. What do you think about hospitalization? When should you do it? Do you think it helps? I've been hospitalized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And hospitalization it helps, A, when you're not safe, B, when the doctor wants to make a medication change. You can't really heal in the hospital. It's only for crisis stabilization. But on a short-term basis, sometimes it can be good. But what's really important, Emmett, is what happens when you leave the hospital. Back where you guys are, for your sister, you need to find an outpatient program like the one I went to, 9 to 6 days a week, where you have structure and support. Sometimes hospitalization can be helpful, but you need to follow it up with outpatient therapy. By the way, feel free to call me up. Of course, I'll tell you over the phone. Recognizing the removal of toxic people. If people are toxic, of course, you don't want to associate with them. Susan Jones, I think I'm going to spend today crying. Well, I know that's a symptom of depression, but call up somebody and have someone hear you crying, or have someone else help, be there with you. I'm recovering from PTSD. It seems like depression caused by the fact that it's a psychotic episode, though it's entirely possible. Yes, really bad depression can cause psychosis. You're right, Ford Trash. The important thing is, what are you doing now to help prevent that from happening? Trying happiness. You have outlived depression. Are there any regrets you feel you shouldn't have wasted time on XYZ? Not really. Well, I wish I'd gone to medical school, but I was in no condition to do so. All right, Rasmus say, Douglas, the right to have liver or not is a human right, so I feel mixed when people are forced to live. Well, that's an ethical way. That is really, really, really tough. You know, it's so individual. All I know is that I'm glad that I lived. I'm glad I didn't take my own life. Almost took my life in 1996. I was just about to when my friend walked in on me when I had the pills. If I had done that, there would be no mental health ministry. There would be no YouTube channel. I wouldn't have got to raise my godson or my goddaughter. I would not have gotten to written any books. My life started at 47. If I had taken my life then, I would have had no life. So, you know, all I can tell you is my story is that staying alive was the right decision. Where did the UK did you go? I was in London for a while, then Bath, then I went to Forey, Scotland to live on a spiritual community called Finhorn. I am Suffolk King, retired. I'm not quite sure what loading.jpg means. Did that answer your question, Kerry, about where I went? All right, it is now 36 minutes after the hour. We have 56 people watching. Again, no one yet has gone ahead and given anything on Super Chat. I would love to hear from you. And also, of course, I have a Patreon account, which I can type in there, but it's for as little as $2 a month. You can be a contributor to this channel. And there are various levels of reward. It's patreon.com. And please visit there and see what you think. Benjamin, hey Douglas, I suffer from severe depression and anxiety. If I was to get blood work done, what blood markers should I pay much attention? I really don't know. There's something called MTFR or something. It's a gene that if you have, you're more likely to have it. And I can't type it out because I don't have my screen. But yes, there is one particular gene you could look out for. Talk to your psychiatrist. PTSD does cause psychotic episodes. Yep. Natural health supplements do help some people. You're right. Look at inflammation markers that contribute. You're absolutely right, Susan Jones. Susan is a really smart gal. I wish my insurance paid for online therapy. I'm so far away from services. Yeah, well, you know you love your ranch, and I'm not telling you to sell it and move somewhere else, but there are advantages to living close to civilization. Sometimes one has to walk away from unsupportive family members, bad for all aspects of your health. Yeah, well, thank God that my brother has always been really supportive of me and vice versa. We both suffer from depression. Why? My mother, my father, well, my grandmother, my uncle, my aunt, and my cousin all have depression. Hey, it's a family affair, isn't it, guys? It is partially genetic. All right, a joke, a joke, a joke. Again, from another YouTube fan. Did you hear about the funeral for the man who invented the throat lozenge? Like this? I'll take one right now. Okay, the throat lozenge, fisherman's bed. Friends, thank you, Claire Lou. Well, they had a funeral for the man who invented the throat lozenge. There was no coffin. All right, that's from one of you guys. Coca-Cola, zinc, magnesium, and kelp, all good. Whether or not they'll help with depression, I don't know. Everybody's different. What do you do if you're lonely and you also know you're going to be alone and lonely all life? You don't know that, Grace. No, you don't know that. I've had many people who lost partners. I'm 69 years old and got remarried later on. Go to meetup.com. There's lots of groups of people who have like-minded interests, and you can meet other people that way. Again, try finding a support group. Gray, Snow. David Holden, Susan Jones, they suggest finding a good CBD group to get started from fellow sufferers who do understand. I agree. Love your YouTube videos. Discovered your weekly. Molly the Bear, nice to see you. Where are you from? I got a joke. What do you call it? Flying Jew? Smoke. I don't get it, but it's really not appropriate. Unfortunately, I cannot moderate. Oh well. What can you do? Sorry for the shaking screen. Colorado, I love Colorado. It is such a cool thing. It's such a cool area, Colorado is. Well, that's interesting. Now everything's been minimized. Now I can't even see the comments. Wow. Something is going on with this with the screen. I'm sorry, you guys. Everything has been minimized, and I can now. So, oops, there it goes again. Okay. Let's go back here. All right, just give me a second, will you? Where do aliens keep their armies? I don't know. Gremlins? Oh wow, cool. I got my screen back again. That's fine, JP. Why did that align you to type work? Okay, so I now have my screen back. patreon.com. If you go to patreon.com/Douglas Block, you can go ahead and contribute to this channel. Laura J. UK, during your lifetime, did you have your cat around to help you? Absolutely. The first time a cat named Gabriel saved my life, and now it's Bruce. Bruce? Joan, is Bruce in? Damn it. I wish Bruce could be here for you guys. Okay, during your worst times, yeah, you liked it, okay? Circus jokes. Tourist wins. Love is the most powerful medicine of all. You're absolutely correct. Nothing is stronger than love. I couldn't agree with you more. I'm pleased you're still here, Douglas, and you didn't go through with the overdose. Well, that was fate, wasn't it? Well, I would say time is a great healer, but so is love. I'd say they're both. It's hard to compare, but I think love is the greatest healer of all. Here's a joke. Where do aliens keep their armies? Gremlins. I don't get that joke right there. So, Kerry Erin says, I thought it really helped me in the hospital, but my CPN disagrees with it. It took me 6 months to get used to being back at home. That was 2 years ago. Well, you're the best judge of whether the hospital helped you or not. One has to learn to rebuild strategies to build on resilience. That's absolutely right. Anyway, how is it in Colorado, Maui? I've been to Denver, I've been to Boulder, I've been all over the place. Crested Butte, I hiked around Colorado when I was younger. Bruises are causing mayhem somewhere. Yes, that is true. Our environment also needs to be looked at. Sleeves. I'm not quite sure what sleeves means. All right. 42 minutes after the hour. 60 people on board. Again, one more time. If you email me, douglasblock@gmail.com, I would love to send you this. I mean, this has taken literally 20 years to develop. Okay, on the other side it says boost your psychological immune system, spend time in nature, have fun, eat well, feed your spirit, lighten up, get moving, talk yourself up, be creative, stay connected, get involved, help others, find healthy ways to deal with stress, fake it till you make it, take a deep breath, get regular sleep, and find ways to relax. Here it is. That's this side of the diagram. And of course, on the other side we have physical self-care, social support, mental emotional self-care, spiritual connection, and lifestyle habits, all in different colors. This is something I hope many people get to see. All right. When you say love, I think of love from relationships I failed. It feels no one will like me. Now, we're talking about universal love. We're talking divine love. We're talking about the love of the masters, the love of God, if you believe in God. But yeah. But I agree. Time also is a great healer, especially after loss. Prepare and building a neurological system as naturally as possible. That's right, tourist communities. You got to try that. But you eat well, you sleep well. Love is amazing. I mean, people who have good relationships can be really, really immune from a lot of things. There's a really important book called Love and Survival by Dean Ornish, the cardiologist. He shows that even when people have crummy diets, sometimes if they have love in their life, it acts as a protective factor. Does that mean you should eat junk food? No. But love can protect you from a lot of things. Peacemaker, all I can do after I quit my job is sleep and cry and overeat. Well, can you go back and find volunteer work? Can you get engaged in some way? It's not good for you to be spending time alone, Peacemaker. If you can't go back to your other job, at least go into an outpatient program. You've got to stay connected and be around people during the day. Am I religious? I'd say I'm spiritual. And this is from AA. Some of you may or may not get this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I see. Sleeves. I got it. Okay, so here's the joke from Alcoholics Anonymous. Religious people are afraid of going to hell. Okay, what spirituality means, religion means being afraid. Religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for people who've already been there. I'll say it again. Religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for people who've already been there. I've been there. Hence, I'm spiritual. All right. Flower. Hello, Douglas. I haven't seen you before. Susan Jones. Yeah, you're explaining the pun to me. Thank you. All right. I don't know what need-your means, but love is also pretty risky business. It can go either way. Yeah, we're talking about human love. I'm talking about divine love. Susan Jones, amen, Douglas Black. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Honor, have we seen you before? Did that answer your question about religion? I believe that there is a higher power. I believe that there is a creative power in the universe. Look around at nature. Look how everything is ordered and organized. Look at the planets. Look at the music of the spheres. There's got to be some sort of intelligence behind this all. It just can't be random. I do not believe in unfolding the universe in a random way. All right, so that's just my 2 cents right there. Still, trying happiness, that was a nice thing. Thanks. Yeah, religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for people who've already been there. Still waiting to see a little live chat here. No one's clicked on the $sign. We do have 14 minutes left exactly. Linda Martinson says, I have no energy left. Just want to live in my dark, cold room. Depression, anxiety sucks. Linda, you got it. You got to find an alternative to that. You've got to go to an outpatient program where you're around people. Therapy, there is an alternative to basically sitting around your dark, cold room. Where do you live? If you live anywhere in the United States of America, I can send you some links to some organizations and some groups that can help you. We must not give up, and we must reach out. DouglasBlog@gmail.com. Linda, if you want to email me, I'll send you some resources if you're in the United States. Tony said something very interesting. Hell is not a place, it's just an experience. A New Thought minister named Reverend Ike used to say, you can be in hell right on earth. Have you ever been in a hell of a fix? Hey, have you ever been in a hell of a fix? That's hell. No, it's a state of consciousness you can have right on earth. There's a lot of different hells. The hell of being tortured, the hell of divorce, and the hell of depression, which is probably one of the worst hells of all. Would you agree? Religious people are so spiritual. Of course they are. Yeah, I mean, that was somewhat of a false dichotomy. I know a lot of religious people who are spiritual. Yeah, no, I mean, religion, can be a real force for good. I have a question, but you haven't answered it. What do you do when your family members are not so supportive? You've got to find the support from somewhere else who's saying, no, you've got to find it. A lot of people come to my support groups because their family members don't understand. So you have to get around people who do understand. And that's what you have to do, is find other sources of support. Maybe one day your family will catch up. And that intelligence came way out of nowhere. Wow, that's a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. How do you know that quote? I recovered from chronic anxiety and depression because of OCD, says Jay's Big. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay. I'm researching about loneliness. I'm a lonely person myself. Yeah, there's a very good book on loneliness I have right here on my shelf, but I don't want to look at it. There's something. If you go ahead and send me Jay's blog link, if you send me an email, I'll send you a link to the article in Psychology Today about loneliness. By the way, a very good Psychology Today, and it's online, is very good. You can get a lot of resources there, including my support groups. Okay, the Bible does mention the pit where locusts and sulfur come from. Well, I guess so. Time is what helps me. Time helps everyone, especially after a loss. I have severe autism, so can you guys try not to get too mad if I said something wrong? I'm not kidding. Okay, we'll understand. I know autism people have a hard time being socially appropriate, so thank you for explaining. What is my email address? Oh. DouglasBlock@gmail.com, right there. What do you think about people saying to someone suffering with depression to just keep themselves busy? Well, there's some truth in that. And that's not all it takes, but you do need to get occupied and take your mind off of your own suffering. But it's not just as simple as that. You have to do something to address your low mood. A lot of people feel so crummy they can't even leave the house. So I'd say that it's true, but it's also simplistic. Hell saying that can't be experienced on earth, his life is a test. Hell is the next life. Well, that's one person's comment. Ignorance is bliss. Yep, I agree with that. I guess you're spiritual then. I'm having rather... is it good to take meds for anxiety? Some meds are helpful. Buspar is a med that doesn't cause any dependence, but it's not always effective. Yes, some meds are good for the short term. Klonopin, Xanax, Ativan, but you have to get it from your doctor and you have to make sure it's appropriate for you. Religion is not to be afraid of death, maybe for you, but it's so wrong. I expect you reading the Bible as a healing medicine. Yeah, hey Pierre, I read the Bible every day. I think it's amazing. No, there's an amazing amount of wisdom in the Bible. I am not against the Bible whatsoever. Oh, no, no, no. I think at some point depression is a choice. Well, when it's moderate, yes. When it's biochemical, no. No, no. When you're really sick with depression, you don't have a choice. Just like you don't have a choice, you have pneumonia. Flower, what I find is that even online, when suddenly something bad happens, like a group rejects me, for no apparent reason, that happened last week, it really hits me so hard it sidetracks my life. Well, you know, it's hard not to take things personally, but try to be around people who are supportive and won't reject you like that. Yeah, loading JPG, you need to remind us, remember, some of us are here because others were sensitive. Susan Jones, thank you again. What part of the country do you live in, by the way? Razin say, Douglas, there was a girl who's a violent home. They hit her. She's committing suicide. I told her to leave that family, but she said she doesn't work. Can't leave. What do you suggest to a person like her? Well, call protective services in America. You know, if there's violence in the home, the police will come out and do something. It's tough if she can't leave, but I guess in America, again, we have women's support groups, people who are victims of violence. If that's not there in your culture, it's really tough. There must be crisis line services somewhere where you live. That's who she should contact. Depression is not a choice, Swedish Knight says. Swedish Knight, I haven't seen you in ages. Thank you for being here. 8 minutes and 17 seconds. No one has yet contributed. Come on. I mean, Emmett's getting his book. Someone here, even $2, you'll get a free ebook. Well, I don't want to sound like I'm begging, do I? Can I speak again to the symptoms of anxiety and insomnia? Well, the symptoms of anxiety are many. Agitation, worry, restlessness, tenseness in the muscles. Just go look them up on the internet. There are many symptoms of anxiety. And again, if you have it, you need to have professional treatment. Mental health professionals really do know what they're talking about most of the time. Taurus wins 37. One also needs to learn to protect themselves, especially the fragility of one's mind. I agree with you. Pierre Isaacson, thank you for your channel and work you're putting out. God bless you. Well, God bless you. Nice to hear from you. I'm going to keep putting out this stuff out until I take my last breath. After all, Arturo Rubinstein, one of my favorite pianists, was still giving concerts at 89. That gives me 20 more years, assuming I keep breathing. What else is happening here? It's my first time here. Well, what do you think, Anne? You having a good experience? What's my opinion of Stephen Hawking? He was one of the geniuses of the 20th century. What are you telling me? Did you see the movie about his life called The Fear of Everything? What a touching movie. And that guy, Eddie Raymond, deserved to win Best Actor. You should definitely see that movie. Anthony Rich, hi Douglas, I'm getting TMS this week, but I'm having trouble being hopeful. I feel like it doesn't work. Well, there's always something. I know there's ECT, which is available, but don't give up. You never know what's going to happen the next day. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. You should look at my video on overcoming hopelessness, which I'm going to put out on October 8th. What part of California? Near Palm Springs. Okay, Peacemaker. Can you get PTSD from a toxic workplace? Of course. Anytime you're under stress, anytime where there's violence, emotional or physical. I would like to do it, but I can't because I used to being so. Okay, what is this going here? Sorry about that. These comments are coming really heavily. Yeah, wounds of childhood. Yes, absolutely. Okay, well, Peacemaker, if you're unemployed, don't worry about it. Just send your good vibes. I will have to move because can't afford to live here. It's continuing my depression. Susan, are you in California? It can be very expensive there. Let me know again. Thanks for being on live like this. I can tell you really care, and we need more people like the ones on here. Reaching out is important. Brenda McPhail, reaching out is not important. It's essential. Nobody gets better alone. Nobody gets better in isolation. Please, believe me, everybody. We need each other. We need each other's love and support. And if you're not around supportive people, then find them. I used to think the mental health system in America was pretty bad, but after hearing from you guys in Ireland and England and Pakistan and the Middle East and all over the world, Vietnam, we have a lot of really good resources here. And we also have something called meetup.com. Is Meetup over in the UK? It must be. It must be universal. Meetup.com, where you can find all sorts of interesting groups and people who share your interest. It's really a way to connect with others. After my son was born, my depression really came to the forefront. Well, yeah, well, that's called postpartum depression. Very, very common. Very common. I had male depression for years. Okay, very true. People need people. That's what the Barbara Streisand said. God bless. We do need God and positive energy. Well, this is why I get angry when I hear people saying nothing is permanent. Situations like that girl and myself can be permanent. I don't understand reclamation. Well, you can't accept it. You have to fight. Yeah, there are some people who are in untenable situations. You know, I mean, Nelson Mandela was in prison for 27 years, right? That was untenable, but somehow he survived. I'm not saying everybody should be like Nelson Mandela, but there are people who are in hell with fixes that are not going to change, and we just have to pray for those people and send them our blessings. Fortunately for me, I've always been able to get out of the hole, and a knock on wood. Jessica May, hi Douglas. I've never met you before, but hello to you. Taurus Twins, to beat it, one must learn everything. Absolutely. So you're obviously, where do you live, Taurus Twins? I haven't seen you here before. Flower, the problem for me starts when I start to feel ashamed and inadequate because I have depression. Whoa, the feeling people think I'm crazy or weird. Depression is shame. You need to see one of my videos called something about be kind to yourself, and it's okay to be where you are. Okay, that's what you need to see. I'm going to type this out here. If you send me your email address, I'll send you a link. But it's okay to be Hey Joan, is that Pat? Get him on the live chat here. It's my nephew who lived with us for years. Anyway, I'm trying to basically anyway, it's okay to be where you are. I can't type. You're from Ireland. God, Taurus, when Patty Brady should get together. I need to go to Ireland. There's so many cool people I've met from Ireland. Maybe I can crash at your house so I don't have to pay for the hotel rooms. I love your channel. Who said that? Jessica May. Well, good. Nice to hear from you. I'm glad you do like it. Postpartum and menopause can bring on severe depression. Of course, I've long been depressed, but this is much worse. I'm now taking hormones. Hope it helps. Yeah. History's glare. Nice to hear from you. Yeah, understanding sociopaths, poor parenting, toxic people real does help. Absolutely. But Flower, look at my video called It's Okay to Be Where You Are. How do you deal with a breakup? That's left you unmotivated to live. Yeah, well, guess what? 4 breakups, 4 hospitalizations. It's really hard. You need to go join a grief group. You need to reach out, and you need to let time heal. But if it triggers depression, maybe you should try medication or at least get some therapy about it. The #1 cause of depression, says one of my videos, is breakup, and I still believe that. Or let me put it this way: it's one of the most #1 causes of depression, one of the most important ones. What do you think about enemy? I'm not quite sure what that means. Anytime, Doug. Okay, send me your address. I'll crash on your living room floor. That'll be great. David Holden says, it's a shame we can't all carry on chatting somewhere once this live stream ends. Maybe something else we could consider as a small community. Well, there was a guy named Greg Sandler who created an online community, but he seems to have dropped out. But there's an app on the internet. If you write me, David, and email me, I can get you the name of that app, and you can actually start inviting people to join that app, and you can create an online community right there where you live from the UK, and all these people here, all 56 of them can join that community for free. So there's an app that allows you to do that. Learning what self-care is critical to come to terms with. Absolutely, and this is my healing from depression and anxiety self-care chart. 59 minutes and 4 seconds. Well, guess what? It's time to pay the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. Well, we need money to run the government. What can I tell you? In the meantime, it stopped raining. It's going to be nice. I'm going to take a walk. I'll try to send you a list of topics I think you should make videos on. Keep on checking your email. Thank you, Trying Happiness. So, yes, David, email me again. No problem. It's 59 minutes and 31 seconds. So what I have to say to you is 3 things. Set the intention to heal. State that you want to get well. Write a vision statement. 2, reach out for support. Remember, we can't heal alone. And number 3, try a number of different things. Medication, exercise, prayer, social support, purpose, structure, all the things I mentioned on that, spirituality, prayer. I'll send you that chart and you'll love it. 2, 1, it's 1 hour. Hooray, I got to eat my breakfast. Anyway, guess what, guys? When I sign off in about 10 seconds or 20 seconds, you'll be able to continue chatting with each other for the next 10 minutes. So you want to keep commenting and supporting each other, great. Remember, we're in this together. There's no shame in being depressed. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not weak. You don't have any defects. It's just because we have a condition of vulnerability, just like people who have, diabetes or heart conditions. So talk yourself up. Say out loud, I'm depressed and I'm proud. Say out loud, I'm depressed and I'm proud. We have gay pride parades. We should have depression pride parades. Nobody would show up. They'd be too busy indoors isolated. Haha. Okay, how about one more joke? Well, you gotta find this out. Ha ha ha. Bruce. Why does Bruce get his cat food through online? Why does Bruce prefer online shopping? He likes it. He likes to look through a catalog. Oh well, there you have it. I thought I had some more good jokes around here. Here they are. A squirrel goes into the doctor's office. He lays on the couch. The doctor says, "Why are you here today, Mr. Squirrel? I don't see too many squirrels in my psychiatrist's office." The squirrel says, "Haven't you heard of this saying, you are what you eat?" The psychiatrist says, "Yes, I believe you are what you eat." The squirrel says, "Well, if that's true, then I'm nuts." This is Douglas Block. Thank you for watching this live chat. Hope you liked the last joke. Tune in 2 weeks from now, which is going to be the 14th of October. We'll do another one. On the 8th, I have a new video. In the meantime, please go through my 300 videos on this channel. Give them likes. Send support. And again, patreon.com for becoming a member of this channel. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much.